respected elder brothers and sisters, and younger brothers and sisters. I really believe, and also I practice oneness of entire 7 billion human beings. Not only that, as a Buddhist monk, Buddhist practitioner, entire sentient being are our mother. Usually we describe mother sentient being. So we truly, 7 billion human beings are truly brothers, sisters. And quite a simple reason, the way we're born, the way we die, same way. And then through eyes, ears, nose, all same. And our brain, entire human being, same brain. So, or mentally, emotionally, physically, we are same. So, and not only that is something reality, but we must develop spirit oneness of human being. Because, you see, the same way we're born, but gradually we make a lot of distinctions, including religious faith. And that creates strong feeling, we and they. So basically we are same, but we too much emphasis on second level of differences. And through that way, including killing each other. War based on concept of we and they. And also now, generally people, global level, rich and poor, this gap. And individual nation, within the nation, also the gap, rich and poor. And then, because of too much emphasis, we and they. And then, unfortunately, even sometimes religious faith also causing difficulties and also killing. And this moment, we enjoy peace, tranquility. But this moment, same earth, some places, Afghan and some Middle East country, killing. Even same Muslim, the name of Shia, Sunni, killing each other. So it is really terrible. All these problems is our own creation. So, such circumstances, every human being have the responsibility to create harmony. And basically, according to some scientists, basic human nature is compassionate because we are social animal. Individuals survive entirely depend on the community. Without a community, individual can't survive. So, like I think I am Dalai Lama, but without community, Dalai Lama, single person, cannot survive. And you also, I think, all my brothers, sisters, you see, very basis of our existence, our survival, depend on the community. So now in the terms of community, now today's world, east, west, north, south, entire world is actually one human community. So now we need a sense of oneness of 7 billion human beings. I always consider I am just a human being. I never consider I am something special. So therefore, I fully committed, try to promote sense of oneness of 7 billion human beings. That's my number one commitment. And then, as I already mentioned, we are social animal. We very much sort of, from childhood, we all have the seed of compassion there. Now, the mistake I feel, existing education system, or even India here, I usually describe modern education. This education introduced by Britisher. So in the West, of course, mainly theistic religion. So believe God. So there is no tradition training our mind. In this country, over 3,000 years, concept of ahimsa, concept of karuna, and also over 3,000 years, the concept already developed, single-pointed mind, that is shamatha, and analytical meditation that we call vipassana. Over 3,000 years in this country already. So I always was expressing India on the basis, with modern education, ancient Indian education, about training of our mind, that should combine modern education oriented about material value, and religious side, pray to God. Now, in this country, not only pray to God, but training our mind. So, vipassana. So, that is analytical meditation. And the karuna, warm-heartedness. Vipassana, using fully human intelligence. So, combine warm-heartedness and sharp human intelligence combine. Through that way, we can develop inner strength, inner peace. So genuine peace on family level or community level, firstly, individual level, you should have peaceful mind, inner peace. Then you can share more people. You yourself, is not much sort of inner experience, thinking only money, like that. Then you can share with other people only money. So now India's tradition, I feel this 21st century, India's tradition of ahimsa and karuna is very, very relevant to today's world. So my number one commitment, try to promote basic human value. That's human warm-heartedness. That also, you see, the way to promote that, also the according Indian tradition, secular, not based on religion, whether believer or non-believer, that's individual matter. But as a human being, peace of mind is very important. So that's secular way as an academic subject. So these days, I sort of telling people, from kindergarten level. You see, while we educate children, hygiene of just physical, meantime, we also need hygiene of emotion, must start from kindergarten level up to university level. Then, gradually, happy individual, happy family, happy community, through that way, happy humanity. So that's my number one commitment. I'm a student of India's tradition. Sometimes I jokingly sort of telling Indian, this physical, not Indian, but my mind more Indian than those modern educated Indian. So I really, now 84-year-old person, in my life, difficult life, a lot of obstacles. But because of 1,000-year-old India's tradition, I can keep peace of mind. So practice of karuna, practice of ahimsa, very, very helpful, very useful. I think among my friends, I think very few see my angry face. Occasionally, yes, a little bit. But generally, wherever I go, I always carry smile. I have the feeling we are same human being, brothers, sisters. Different religion, different nationality is secondary. We are same human being. We have to live on this planet side by side. So these 1,000-year-old Indian tradition, ahimsa, karuna, very, very helpful day-to-day life to keep peace. And I think with smile. With that, wherever I go, whenever I meet people, I always feel we are same human being. No differences, so no barrier. So that brings, you see, no longer any suspicion. Anyone I met, I always immediately I feel, oh, another human brother, sister. So that's India's tradition. I practice daily, over 70 years, the concept of karuna and the concept of ahimsa. Very useful. So please, modern Indian should not neglect these things. That I want to insist. Modern India, too much materialistic education, too much sort of materialistic sort of thinking. That also is necessary. But the materialistic life will not bring inner peace. So I think India has great potential to make certain contribution for world to bring peace and forgiveness, tolerance, based on karuna. India is the only nation who can combine ancient Indian knowledge, bring inner peace, and modern education brings more material development. So this country should combine these two things. Through modern education, material development, science, technology, so on, ancient Indian knowledge bring inner peace. So Indian, my brother, sister, should pay more attention about ancient 1,000-year-old India's tradition. Then you should combine modern education and ancient Indian knowledge. This is one thing. Then, as a part of Indian sort of tradition, religious harmony, wonderful. Like Guru Nanak, I think he take pilgrimage to Mecca. That shows religious harmony, respect, Muslim. And then I think one great thing, one significant great thing is the Sikhism, no caste system. Wonderful. I think one drawback in this country, the caste system, is outdated. And I think in ancient time, feudal system, you see, utilize that kind of concept, ruling class, something special, right? The working class people, something lower. I think that related with feudal system is now totally outdated. So the caste system, I think religious leaders here in India, I think should say to the public, the caste system is outdated. And then Sikhism already, you see, no longer sort of concept of caste system. Wonderful, wonderful. So my second commitment is promotion of religious harmony. I am Buddhist. In philosophical views, there are differences. Even within Buddhism, there are differences. In spite of that, all religion carry message of love. For the theistic religion, non-theistic religion, all carry the practice of love, loving kindness. According to theistic religion, God Himself as a symbol of love. Like that. And then the non-theistic religion, like Jainism and Buddhism, very much emphasis loving kindness. The reason, quite simple. If you show other sense of concern and helping, restrain harming, ultimately, that's the best way you gain more sort of happy life. You see, harming other create more enemy. Finally, you will be loser. So the best way to fulfill one's own interest is helping other and practice of ahimsa, restraint, harming other people. And then this country, ahimsa, even sort of larger sense, is not harming animal. So vegetarianism in this country, very sort of common, wonderful. And then now time come. Ahimsa also includes we must respect environment. Because now global level, the global warming now become quite serious. So concept of ahimsa should include, you see, deforestation or these things. Try to minimize and take care about environment. Bahuna, late my friend Bahuna, give me one responsibility. Whenever I go Himalayan range, you should speak protection of forest. When I visit Ladakh, there's not much tree. But many others of the Himalayan range, lot of forest. So I usually see carrying the Bahuna's sort of responsibility, which give to me. I try to sort of educate people. The environment, very important. We must protect environment and trees, these things. So that is, I think, should include the concept of ahimsa. Then concept of karuna with that, you see, respect all form of life, animals, fish, birds, chicken, like that. So, so I really admire Guru Nanak, his visit, as I mentioned earlier, to Mecca. I think that shows religious harmony. And now today, I think India is the only country where all major world religious traditions live together. And mutual respect, some cases mutual learning. World needs that spirit. You see, too many problems with religious belief. And then my third sort of responsibility regarding Tibet. I'm Tibetan. Many Tibetans believe me, trust me. So I have the moral responsibility. But the political matter, I totally retired. Since 2001, we already achieved elected political leadership. So they carry the responsibility. My main sort of responsibility regarding Tibet is Tibetan ecology. There are some Chinese, even sort of private company, too much exploitation, nature resources. So regardless effect about environment. Then Tibetan culture, Tibetan knowledge. Originally come from India, 8th century. I think I may share with you the 7th century Tibetan emperor. You see, very close link with Chinese emperor through marriage. Sometimes I have sort of joke the Tibetan emperor. I think the 7th century, he must have loved Chinese food. But when he looked Chinese letter, he find too complicated. So he create our own script, copy from Devanagari, from India, and alphabet. And then 8th century, in spite of very close relation with Chinese emperor, Chinese Buddhist, and I think first influence Buddhism in Tibet from Chinese practitioner, scholars. However, you see, the 8th century Tibetan king, he prefer religion must take directly from India. So, Shantarakshita, 8th century, one top master logician, scholar, Shantarakshita, invited to Tibet. Now he introduced the Buddhist tradition according to Nalanda tradition. The differences, Pali tradition, the foundation of Buddha Dharma, wonderful. Sri Lanka, Thai, Burma, Cambodia, Laos, these are mainly follow of the Pali tradition. And then India, I think 2nd century, or around I think 2nd century. From there, in Nalanda tradition, you see, use the Sanskrit language. At that time, Sanskrit language more scholar or more intellectual people use. So, Nalanda tradition. These days, I sort of openly sort of mention the word Mahayana, Hinayana. That's wrong. Instead of that, I usually describe Sanskrit tradition, Pali tradition. Okay. So, the Nalanda, not only just Buddhist institution, but actually academic institution. So Shantarakshita come from that institution, and he introduced Buddhism according to Nalanda tradition. So we, since he introduced the Nalanda extensively use logical approach. Even Buddha's own word, the Nalanda master, they raise question why Buddha stated that. So we will not sort of say yes, 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 yes. Buddha himself, you see, expressed, "Oh, my follower, monks, scholars should not accept my teaching out of faith, but rather thorough investigation and experiment." So many Nalanda masters, such as Nagarjuna, these, you see, investigate Buddha's own sort of teaching, or then make distinction. This, such Buddha's teaching, we cannot accept because it goes against reason. So Nalanda tradition very much based on reason, investigation, not faith. So now today, some scholar, Buddhist scholar, they say Buddhism, particularly Nalanda tradition, is a very scientific religion, not just faith. Investigation. So as these sort of expression, I myself, now last almost 40 years, I have serious discussion with modern scientists, and mainly 4 fields: cosmology, neurobiology, and then physics, particularly quantum physics. In Nalanda tradition, quantum physics, very detailed sort of explanation. And also, as a follower of Nalanda tradition, our daily practice, the quantum physics, very useful. The reason, according to quantum physics, nothing exists as appears. There is huge gap, appearance and reality. Reason, why you see this important, is mainly in psychological field. Most destructive emotions, such as anger, very much based on appearances. Now, antidote of that, not accept existence as appears, but go deeper way. That, you see, then all these negative emotion very much, you see, based on some kind of exaggeration, right? Some good, some then exaggerate, objectively exist, independently exist. That create very much sort of grasping. So that's the way development of destructive emotions such as anger, attachment. So for that, realize nothing exists independently, nothing exists as appears. Then this grasping, these things reduce. That since this kasoda, grasping sort of feeling is reduced, so the anger, attachment, these automatically reduce. Now, quantum physicists, some already sort of notice, think or believe nothing exists as appears. Then there, the feeling of grasping much less. Shantarakshita brought to Tibet this knowledge according Chitta Mantra and also Madhyamika. Nothing exists as appears. And the quantum physicists only external thing. They not yet sort of develop the certain research about observer side. The Nalanda tradition also investigate the external things reality and also reality of oneself, observer. So it is wonderful, wonderful. So the way the Nalanda tradition, everything investigate. So scientists also investigate. So we go side by side. So over now, about I think 40 years, I have sort of serious discussion. So mutual learning. This is a Tibetan Buddhist tradition, originally brought by Nalanda top master Shantarakshita, 8th century. So since then, more than 1,000 years, we kept this knowledge. So now, I really feel religion is something different. But these psychology, logical approach, way to investigate these things are academic subject. So I feel, you see, these, our tradition, our sort of system, I think very useful to humanity. So my commitment regarding Tibet, I really should try to keep ancient Tibetan knowledge which come from Nalanda, like that. Then my fourth commitment is try to revival of ancient Indian knowledge in modern India. Modern India, I think in your education, I think just materialistic education. That's important, but not sufficient. So my sort of fourth commitment is try to revival of these ancient Indian knowledge. Like that. So that is my own sort of introduction, introduction, like that. So I want to ask you, look at my face. Do you think what is my age? I think not like 80 years old, isn't it? I think quite young. My face looks, isn't it?
Younger than me.
So these, I believe, because of practice of the Nalanda tradition, I can keep peace of mind. That really helps, you see, physical level also. So these practice how to tackle our emotion and try to keep peace of mind. Also, I think part of sort of a hygiene of physical health. Okay. So now today, I really very much sort of appreciate you organize this meeting, many religious leaders in the occasion of the Guru Nanak's some special, what's it, the anniversary or something. So I very much appreciate. I promise you, now 84-year-old, now rest my life, I totally committed to keep these ancient Indian knowledge. Thank you.